Hey guys, I'm here. Hold on. I'm just tweeting out the link. Give me 1 second. Thank you for joining me. Hold on. Okay. Hey guys, who's in the chat box right now? Hold on, you guys. I'm like struggling to do all these things at one time. Give me 1 sec. Okay. If you're in the chat box, let me know. Say hello so I can see who's here. Hey, Enrico. Hey, Gunnar Glenn. Can you guys hear me all right? Tell me if you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me, right? Okay. Yes. Okay, good. This is just an impromptu you and me session. Hey. Honestly, I just want to get this, like, how I'm feeling about the game out now before I do the show tomorrow. So, and I also want you guys to communicate with me from the chat box, and I'll put your questions up and we can just kind of talk to each other, because I'm sure you guys might want to get your feelings out there as well. This was a very disappointing game for me. This was probably the most draining game. Let me know, like, do you guys think that this was the most shocking loss this season so far? I really think, like, this jolted me. What do you guys think? Good evening, Daniel. Hey there. Yeah. So if you guys, I'm sure most of you guys follow me on Twitter. I talk to you guys on Twitter, but honestly, I just feel like the more I think about the game, the more I'm just like, I cannot believe that just happened. And we really just threw away those points, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think that, it was more just the referee? Or do you think that, maybe David Luiz could have done a little bit better to not get sent off? What do you guys think? Me and Tanner were just talking about this, so I want to see what you guys think. Go ahead and put it in the chat box, and I'll get your comments up on the screen. Yeah. Tonight's result was sickening, mainly because of how well we played. You guys, the first half was the best football I've seen us play this season, the first half. And I know some of you guys do follow me on Twitter, so I was like, please get the goal so I can relax, because I was getting like that weird sick feeling in my stomach. Like, if we don't put these chances away, something crazy is going to happen. And of course, something crazy happened. My soul went, yep. You guys, I want to do this because I just know sometimes we need to vent, and just kind of rant a little bit and be regular fans and be reactionary the way that we're supposed to be, and I have to be honest, I feel the exact same way. I'm drained. My soul is gone. I'm so sad about this game. We played amazing in the first half. Should have been up at least 3-0 before the incident. That's what we're going to start calling it from now on, Glenn. We're going to call it the incident. It was terrible. We need to put this behind us and focus on the next game. See, the only reason why I feel like we can't do that is because what happened at the very end of that game with Leno is going to affect the next game. And being an Arsenal fan, like, you have to know that sometimes when things don't go our way, we tend to continue to capitulate. So I'm interested to see what happens. But to be honest, like, this one really hurt, especially with the next 2 games being Aston Villa and Leeds. This was the most winnable one. So yeah, today I'm just gonna have to live in the and just kind of take this one. I got it. We got to get this off of our chest today. Yeah, we should have punched the ref. Who should have punched the ref? David Luiz? That we're gonna get into this, you guys. I really do think he could have done a little bit better there, and I'll explain it a little bit later. But yeah, Luiz shouldn't have been out of position, but the ref had an absolute mare. Exactly. You guys go back and watch his positioning on that play was horrific, and that's how they got into the box. And unfortunately, it started the ripple effect. And I also think that David Luiz he's so experienced. I don't know why at this point he doesn't understand that he has a target on his back. And I would have much rather him just let the guy go in on goal and just let him score, because he's done this to us before. He did this against Chelsea as well, where he pulled Tammy Abraham down. This was less egregious because obviously, he just tapped him a little bit from behind the knee, but I think he could have done better there. In the moment, he just seems not to be able to think rationally. Like, if you're David Luiz, when they see that hair and they see that number and the person goes down, it's a red card instantly, just like that. Bit of a column A and a bit of column B. Okay. Hey, Maxwell. Just watched match of the day and it still hurts. It hurts bad. And no, the Southampton result doesn't make me feel any better because it was Manchester United. Like, come on. The ref definitely didn't help Luiz. Luiz should not have got sent off, in my opinion. But Leno, what was he doing? I don't know. What was he doing? I got a lot of flack on Twitter about saying something about Leno, like he saves us all the time. But I mean, let's just be real. He's paid to save us all the time. That's his job. But what we don't pay him to do is to come outside of his box. And he had his head, he had his chest, he had his knee, he had his foot. He could have hit that ball with any of those surfaces other than his hand. That was a complete brain fart by Leno. And those type of mistakes do have repercussions moving forward because, of course, we don't have a great backup goalkeeper. So, yeah. Does anybody know how many games Leno's going to be out? Let me know in the chat box. Hi, I think it was totally the ref. It was a pen, but definitely not a red. So nobody in the chat box thinks that Luiz could have just not even ran after the player. He could have just let him go. Is that not a thing? Am I wrong? Let me know, you guys. Totally okay with being wrong and different opinions. That's why we're here. Let's see. Let me go back up. The referees in this country are a joke. Yeah, they are. We need to learn and remember the game. Remember this game, but move on. Okay. We dominated the first half, but didn't take our chances. We can blame the referee, who was shocking, but we need to be more ruthless. To me, this is the moral of the story. If we're 2-0 up in that game, we don't drop. We maybe drop 2 points, but we don't drop all 3. I agree. I wasn't happy that Luiz was in the team given what happened when we last met Wolves. Luiz tends not to be great when we're playing back-to-back games. Want to see Gabriel. I want to put this in the chat box as well. Like, I want to put this out there to you guys that does anybody think that maybe the reason why we haven't seen Gabriel is not because he's having a hard time coming back from coronavirus, but maybe he's being punished by Arteta for breaking protocol and getting coronavirus in the first place? Because by him breaking protocol, he really did risk the rest of the team, so maybe it's a little bit of the Arteta, his non-negotiables at work here, and playing David Luiz multiple games in a row. It didn't work out for him in this instant. We know we can only play Luiz like 1 game at a time. We may have runnership for the next 2 games. Help. That's all I really got to say about that. Runnerson is kind of like, he's one of those where it's like, I think if you shoot it pretty much on goal, there's a chance that it might go in, even if it goes straight into his hands. What a game. Willian didn't close down for the second goal. Xhaka played his 200 game. I feel a lot better. I watched the first half again. That's some of the best football we've seen all season. I think that's why I'm the most gutted, is because that was some beautiful stuff we were playing. So, I mean, on a positive note, I mean, we are really seeing like the beginning of something really good for us. Like Saka looks like a real player. Pepe's coming into form. Xhaka and Partey, that partnership looks like it's a great partnership. And then Emil Smith Rowe is coming into his own. It's really a shame that the game ended the way that it did. I went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. People who follow me on Twitter, I was buzzing. Yeah. Craig Pawson was being malicious. There was a contact, but Willian Jose's heel to David Luiz's knee, not a red. Luiz was not at fault. You see Martial, they watched the bloody pen like a million times, and us VAR. VAR has never really been on our side. I remember, do you guys remember last season? I don't know if it was last season or at the end of Unai Emery's first season, but do you guys remember when Chambers was like fouled in the box by like 3 guys, but somehow we ended up getting the call on us. We scored a goal and they saw that Chambers had like was getting like mauled by 2 guys or 3 guys, and somehow Chambers was the one who fouled. If you guys remember that, say I remember that. Like that's when I knew VAR was not going to be on our side. It's just pathetic. VAR is never on our side. We just hope Matt Ryan comes through real quick. Leno action is disappointing. Leno. That was a brain fart. You guys, is Leno world class? Is he? One game. Okay. So 1 game. That's not bad. There was a foul on Saka in Wolves' box that was similar to the contact Luiz made. Why wasn't checked by VAR? Because we're Arsenal. Like, have you noticed that our VAR checks are really quick? They're really, really quick. Whereas, remember when Aubameyang, I think he stepped on the heel of Max Meyer when we played against Crystal Palace last season, and they played it over and over and over again on the big screen until it became a red. You guys remember that? Just 1 game for both players. Okay. Leno out for 3 games. Okay, so there's some people are saying 1 and some people are saying 3. I'm not sure. Europa is our last chance of getting anything from the season. We really shot ourselves in the foot earlier this season. That's true. So, you guys in the chat box, I do want to ask you guys, do you think, where do you guys think we're going to finish? Like, where do you guys realistically think we're going to finish? Like, I still hear people talking about top 4. I really think that's out of the realm of possibility at this point. Top 6, I think, is almost out of reach as well. I would say somewhere between 8th and 10th. What do you guys think? I really think today's game may have put us in the dirt. I really do. Can't believe Arteta is really considering giving him a new contract. Yeah. Yes, that was more of a penalty. We never get penalties. I mean, we do, but not like everybody else. It's strange. We could have been 2 goals up. Wolves fans were scared first half. A major bummer. Those 2 world-class goals were special, top shelf. Semedo is considering retirement, it seems. I said if Pepe plays on the left-hand side, he is going to eat Semedo. He is not a good defender. I don't know how he was at Barcelona for as long as he was, but Pepe's goal was like just individual, and sometimes you need that. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get pretty team goals all the time. And I don't know, between that goal and Tierney's goal, those have been some amazing goals lately. There's a GIF on Twitter, and more I watch, the more it looks like a dive when the player feels the contact. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, Luiz has a target on his back. All he needed to know is that all he had to feel was David Luiz running from behind him, and he was going to always dive. That was always going to happen, So I just think that Luiz, I think that's a reputation red card. I really, really do. I think he has stigma attached to him as being a rash, defender, and we are paying for it every single time. Gabriel is fit. I don't know why he is not playing. That's why I'm saying it may be that he's being punished a little bit longer for breaking protocol. And he got coronavirus because of it. But, it may just be something like that. There's no other reason why Gabriel shouldn't be playing. Yes, you are wrong. A professional player is very unlikely just to let a player go, in my opinion. But see, I'm gonna challenge you on that. So remember in the FA Cup final when Tierney let Pulisic just go in the box? It was very early in the game in the FA Cup final, and he stepped back and he did like this. He could have easily put his foot out there and tried to get the ball, but he backed up. And the reason why he did that was because he knew that at that part of the game, if we go down to 10 men, the game is done. We're in an FA Cup final. He could have easily stuck his leg out there, but he pulled back. And I remember Arsenal fans being upset because they're like, why did you just let him go? Because it's better to let them score a goal and still have 11 men on the field than stick your leg out and get an unnecessary penalty and red card so early in the game. So that's why I'm saying, like, some footballers think about it and others just do whatever. So I don't buy this whole no professional footballer is just going to let the player go, because I saw Tierney do it in the FA Cup final. Sorry, I'm not buying that. If that's true, then in one rule, Gabriel, another for Willian. But we've seen that there are different rules for different people. And that's one thing that, since we've seen with Arteta, it seems like the senior players get a lot more rope than the younger players, especially when he feels like he has other people to rely on, like Marie and Luiz. So he can get away with keeping Gabriel out a little bit longer. No one game, and believe me, Ryan will be fit. This is his chance. This would be a good debut for him in the wake of this crazy Leno situation. We don't want to see Runnerson against Grealish and co. We don't. It's only a 3-game ban if the red card is violent conduct, I think. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of, we still don't have a clear answer on this. It's a shame. We played really well. All I can say is we have vastly improved since the Leicester game. So tired of Reds and Pens. Yeah. And I think it's just unfortunate because there's so many games that we're not able to analyze or really enjoy because we're always without one man, and in this game too, so it's really getting tiring. We really have to figure this out. Okay. Yeah. Partey. How good was Thomas Partey in that first half? Like, him and Xhaka together were great, but after the Manchester United game, I think he really wanted to prove a point, and I think he did. He controlled the midfield. Really, Wolves' midfield was non-existent in that first half. Like, we had it all under control, and I thought Thomas was brilliant in that first half. If only Saka had scored his 1v1 in the first minute. Yeah, and, we do miss quite a bit of chances. I know we're not going to make all of them, but it seems like when we miss chances, it seems to bite us in the butt a little bit more than other people. So Saka is going to be a world-class player. We all know that. He'll get better at finishing off those chances. But if we're 2-0 up, I think it's a different game. Good video. Thanks. You guys, I just want us to be able to kind of like rant and get this out of our system so we can go to bed and be happy. After this, I'm going to be over it, but I just kind of want to let everybody be able to get this, out of their system, because to me, this was some crazy stuff. Xhaka definitely played out of his skin tonight. Yeah, he's been really, really good. And why do you guys think the fan base has a hard time accepting that Xhaka has been playing so well? I've noticed that, I have not been a great or a big Xhaka fan, but he's played so much better. And I don't see why we can't just accept that he's played well and why we have to continue to hate on him just because he's not. I don't believe he's the midfielder for the future for us, but I do think he's doing a great job. Why do you think that the fan base is so opposed to Granit Xhaka and they won't give him his props? So weird. Arteta substitutions, they were bad. So on the player ratings, me and Tanner were talking about it, and I think he got them all wrong. I don't understand why Lacazette was subbed out, because then you lose your focal point and you lose another a player that has the ability to hold the ball up and get fouls. So we lost Lacazette, and then he took out Pepe for Aubameyang, which made no sense because Pepe is another player that can hold the ball up and get fouls. When you lose, when you go down a man, you want to keep players that can keep the ball, and it was very strange that he took Lacazette and Pepe out. I actually don't think he needed to take either of them out, and he should have taken ESR out, if I'm honest. I really think, not that ESR had a bad game, but I think that Lacazette could have come a little bit deeper, held the ball, and Pepe should have stayed on that left-hand side, and maybe we could have got them running into space, him and Saka. But as soon as we took Pepe out, it was done. It was over. Actually, Luiz has been outstanding. He deserves his selection. Let's hope Gabriel can replicate his previous form. Outstanding? I don't think so. I think he played well in the Manchester United game, but outstanding? No. In the Southampton game, he had a couple of brain farts as well that could have been costly for us. So outstanding in one game? Yeah. Outstanding in more than one? No. He should only play one game at a time. Yeah, I remember. You remember that? Yeah. Can't go to bed. I'm still at work. Oh, no. I can't see Xhaka leaving, to be honest, this summer. Also considering that his wife is pregnant again and would want to be set. You guys, I don't see Xhaka going anywhere. I think Arsenal fans need to remember that the coach liking a player is important. So it's clear to me that Arteta likes Xhaka, so he's not going anywhere. That doesn't mean that we're not going to bring in other players and rotate him. But this whole misconception, like, he begged Xhaka to stay, and quite frankly, if he wanted to bury Xhaka, he could have done it after what he did against Burnley. But he came straight back into the side, so he's not going anywhere, you guys. Young manager curve. This was his first implosion when we were dominant. He wasn't trying to shore up our defense. He was trying to be on the... That's a really good point, that this was the first time that we went down a man and we were kind of like on top. So yeah, he wasn't really sure how to handle it. And yeah, he didn't handle it well. That's all I got to say about that. He's a big game player, Luiz. Only top 6 games. Yeah, I agree with that. I do think that he plays well against the better side. So you play him against your Manchester United and your cities and stuff like that. But these games, I think we could play with Gabriel. I'm so mad right now, to be honest. Yeah. We need to bully refs. We need to pull Vieira out when the ref makes BS decision. Yeah. I do think that we tend to be a little bit less. I think we should do it in more than one way. I think we should do it when calls go against us and when we don't get calls. I don't like that we don't swarm the ref like other people. I think there's a way to do it without getting additional cards and stuff for dissent, but I just don't think we're aggressive enough. We don't assert ourselves enough. 12 versus 9 today. Yeah, for sure. EPL is pure entertainment. Xhaka and Partey are great together, so Xhaka is not going anywhere. He isn't going anywhere. You guys. Wenger liked Xhaka. Emery liked Xhaka. Freddie liked Xhaka. Arteta liked Xhaka. I think the fans might be wrong. Yeah, I think we just have to get over it. And he has been good. He could have easily went into that dark, pit of despair that he usually does. And when somebody capitulates, he capitulates as well. But he was solid. I have no issues with Xhaka as long as he continues to play this way. I don't think there's a problem with him continuing to play. I really don't. Xhaka is really improving. He deserves to stay and would be a great squad player if we do get someone else in. I agree with that. Do you think as a team and a club we could do more to pressure the refs? I do. I just was talking about that. I don't think that we do enough. I think we need to be a little bit more. The way I see other teams going after refs over throw-ins and stuff like that, I really think we need to be a little bit more aggressive. We do need to question the people checking VAR. Why didn't they tell him to check the screen? Because they had already decided that it was David Luiz. It has to be. I was just saying this on the player ratings that, these refs, they talk to each other. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a little WhatsApp group where they talk crap about the players, and I wouldn't be surprised if, they have pegged Bellerin as a foul thrower. And even if he doesn't do a bad throw, he's going to be noticed for it. And even other players don't get called for him. I just think that, when it comes to Arsenal, our things are just, we don't get the benefit of the doubt. And when things go to VAR, they're easily just like, no, can't be, or it goes to VAR. Yeah, it is. David Luiz, I saw the curly hair. I saw the number 23. It's a red card. Push it through. We don't get the benefit of the doubt. The rules were applied correctly regarding the red cards. Don't blame the refs. Okay. Wasn't David Luiz's fault tonight. He tried to avoid the red card. The fact double jeopardy rule didn't apply was the problem. Okay. EPL becomes a soap opera. It's becoming a joke. Yeah, it is. I mean, today, 4 red cards in 2 games it's astonishing. Brush this one off and take it out on Villa and Emmy on Saturday. See, my thing with that is like, yes, of course, but we'll see the mentality of this team. They should feel, they should be upset and they should take it out on Villa. But Villa is a better side than Wolves. And, if we get chances against Aston Villa, we have to take them out because they have a really, really potent attack. Even in the second half, Xhaka was the only player pressing and trying to make things happen. This is true. I would have an issue with Xhaka staying next season as a rotational player with a player like Bissouma. So at home, we can go with Partey and Xhaka and with Bissouma coming in away games. Yeah, so I do think that adding somebody like Bissouma in the mix with Xhaka and Partey would really shore that up because, if something happens to Thomas Partey, we need somebody with a similar profile, to come in just in case because the drop-off is just too great. And I don't have any issue with that type of rotation. It's the Partey effect. That's why Xhaka looks so good. And he has a similar player like Zachariah when he plays for Switzerland and he looks good. I wonder why before this, Xhaka he just played his 200th game with Arsenal and he's played under about 4 managers at this point. I'm wondering why no manager up to this point or the club up to this point have not tried to figure out a way to get the best out of him by adding another player like a Thomas Partey. They've really done him a disservice with that. Who's the angry Lukaku shot coming from Laka? I hope so. When Xhaka consistently plays at a 2-3, then improves to a 5-6, which is his max, has he really improved? Same for Willian. -1 all season, puts in a 3, hails him. I think this is harsh. I think this is really harsh. I don't see a 2 or a 3. Xhaka, if we're doing out of 10, the last couple games he's been at about the average of a 7 to 8. So I think you're being a little harsh there, if I'm honest. It's mad that even if it goes to VR, they still can't be impartial. Boils my blood. Boils my blood too. Jess, the focus should have been on the team switching off before halftime. It cost us the game, not seeing out the half. Yeah, we have a track record of switching off right before halftime. And yeah, before that, if you guys, this is why I cannot put everything on the referees because the positioning of Holding and David Luiz was poor before that. And that's how Wolves gets, into the box, so it's not just the refs, it's how we got there. And it started a ripple effect. Not against Jack Watkins, Ross Chari, and Morgan Sanson. Villa is going to be a really tough game. Yeah, not excited. Not excited. I'm totally positive about our team bouncing back because against Villa, except for goalkeeper position. Yeah, I still think we have a strong team, but the mentality of the team is what I worry about after something like this. But, maybe they are different and they won't just crumble. I'm traumatized by the beginning of the season or that little midpoint where we lost and then lost and then lost again. So if we were able to bounce back from this and beat Aston Villa well, then that would change my mind. But I don't have faith in things that I haven't seen, and I haven't seen us really not crumble after things like this happen. So I have to see it to believe it. That's where I am. And I hope it happens. Party was not good at United, and Xhaka looked good. My other issue is how easy did the ball get through the defense? Exactly. You guys, we can't just blame the ref. You know what I mean? Like, we have to be real. Like, we should have got into the half 1-0 up. And realistically, we should have been 2-0 up. And I know it's easier to look at the ref, but we didn't do what was necessary to win that game. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This content is for you guys. I do it for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. If you guys are, smash the likes, subscribe to the channel. And if you guys like this type of stuff, let me know and I'll try to do it more often. I think it's kind of fun, just like impromptu, no big deal. Just kind of sitting here with you guys, answering questions and just chatting, I think it's fun. I'm having a good time. So I'm talking about Xhaka before the Burnley game, 2-3, and after Burnley 5-6. Still, I think you're being harsh. I think you're being harsh. I think that's just overly, you may just not like him, but I'm telling you, from somebody who doesn't love Xhaka and doesn't think he's the answer moving forward, I can say, like, unbiased, like, he's been good, and before that he was average. He wasn't great. And you have to question the fact that we did not build, we didn't build the midfield in a way that we bought him for 35 million at that point. That's a big investment in any player. And if all it took for him to be unlocked was to bring in somebody that we should have brought in probably even 15 years before that, what's the issue? We're just now replacing Patrick with Thomas Partey, and he's the perfect partner with Xhaka. But it took Arteta to come in to do it, but he's been here since Wenger. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes we have to question how we've built the squad, and have we built the squad in a way to serve the players that we've invested in. You waste your resources when you don't protect them, and I think that Xhaka up to this point has been a waste just because of the fact that we haven't put him in a midfield that really works. If all it took was to bring in a Thomas Partey, somebody like, that could run around and do the box to box, then why did it take so long? Have we seen a turning point with Pepe? Maybe he's not a 72 million flop. So here's the thing with Pepe. He was never worth 72 million. So I personally feel like he was worth probably about 40 million when we bought him. But I think that we have seen after 3 games, I think we can say that we've seen an uptick in form. With him, I think it's just he has to continue to play. I really do think that he's asking questions. There was a time where we thought Martinelli was supposed to be the starter there if Aubameyang wasn't on the left. But I'm thinking Pepe has to start there. I think our most potent attack at this point may not include Aubameyang. What do you guys think about that? I think that that's so interesting. Like, maybe our most potent attack doesn't include Martinelli or Aubameyang. Maybe it's Pepe, Lacazette, and Saka. What do you guys think? Am I crazy or what? I argued with club reps about this point. I don't know what that is. Maybe I shouldn't have put that up there because you guys are talking back and forth. I'm not harsh, just saying what I see essentially with Willian, absolute dross. So, you guys, I'm from America. So dross, is that the equivalent of absolute crap? Let me know. And that's your opinion, and you're more than entitled to it. I know there was a point in time where I thought Xhaka was playing against us, so you're totally entitled to that. So I hope Arteta doesn't drop Pepe for the Villa game. He can't. I think at this point we are establishing our first 11, and I know rotation is important, but Pepe is hitting a vein of form that I feel like if we take him out now, we'll lose it. And moving into the summer, whether we keep him or not, it's important for other teams to see him in a good light. So I think he should continue to play until he loses the spot. And I don't think Aubameyang did anything when he came in to really get that spot. Do you guys? I hope the wounds of a horrendous early season form doesn't come back to haunt us. We have to be really careful of how we react against Villa. Play safe and take a point, in my opinion. If we lose, it could go bad. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Jaka hate needs to stop. He has been solid. Every mid needs a partner. Exactly. The partnership and is more important than the individual. Same with the center back. You cannot blame him when it's a two-man job. Very good. We are replacing Gilberto Silva. No, I have to disagree with that. The only reason why I disagree with that is because Thomas Partey is not a CDM. He's a box to box, and that's what Vieira was. So I feel like if we bring in Basuma, now we're replacing Gilberto Silva. We wanted Partey for Emery when Emery was here, but Raul was doing his own thing. This is very true. Raul was doing his own thing, and Emery wanted Thomas Partey. And it's funny because it seems like Arteta is getting the players that Emery wanted. We have finally got a midfield that would suit. We're gonna use the O word, really. Would suit Ozil just like Arsenal. We just don't build a decent team around our stars. I do agree with that. I do agree that, it's called resource management. And when you invest in something, you have to protect your investment to get the most return from that investment. And what we usually do is we bring in one person and then just kind of let any old thing happen. If you had Ozil, in his prime with a Thomas Partey behind him and a Aubameyang in front of him instead of Giroud, we have a different situation, don't we? And and if we're building a squad, like ideally, what we should have done is if we could have brought in a Aubameyang and had Alexis and Ozil, that's better than replacing Alexis with a Aubameyang. You know what I mean? Like that's not really like for like. So, yep. Hi, Jess. Meant to ask you this on Twitter. Out of 10, what would you give the January transfer window in the end? I gave it an 8. I think an 8. I think it was really good to get people out that needed to come out or needed to leave. And we got in somebody to future-proof Smith Rowe and Odegaard, which was really good. And we brought in a backup goalkeeper. So I'm really not disappointed in this window at all. And I would give it an 8. What do you guys think? What did you think of the transfer window out of 10? What do you think? The goal also shows that Pepe does have a right foot and needs to use it more often. I wouldn't be surprised if he's been really working on that. I know Saka said that he was working on his right foot, so I'm sure Pepe's been working on it too. And I can't believe Pepe is playing so good. I had kind of written him off, but he looks really, really dangerous. I really think that that's our front line at the moment. I really don't want to see anything else. Yes. Dross is the bottom of the barrel. You guys, I love like UK like slang and stuff like that. Like I love Top Boy. Like that's one of my favorite shows. We're talking about that in our WhatsApp group. And if I could get away with saying some of that stuff, like I would, but I mean, I would sound crazy. I'm from California. Like, why am I saying this stuff? But if I could say like, if I could find a reason to like throw an in it in there or something like that, like, let me stop. Let's keep talking about football. I'm crazy. Pepe is playing well. I like Abba, but now he has to fight for his place in the team. He does need to fight for his place in the team. I just, Aubameyang is a great finisher, but I'm liking the way Pepe is looking on that left-hand side. I think that's scary for a defense. And I think maybe Aubameyang needs to fight for that center forward position. I know Arteta likes to play him out on the left, but Martinelli and Pepe on the left, Saka on the right, and maybe we need to, swap Lacazette and Aubameyang and see what happens there. What do you guys think about that? Partey was an Edu signing that overruled Arteta's choice in Awa. Yes, it was. And I'm glad that happened because Awa, you guys, that's like the last name I want to hear. That Awa stuff over the summer was insane and it didn't come off. And I think Partey was the better signing in the end. The O word. Yeah, the O word. See. I think everyone is being very unfair to Raul. Everyone needs a retirement plan, and who doesn't like cash back on a deal? Exactly. Ozil is gone. Get over it. Yeah, I kind of feel that same way. I do not want to say this, but ESR needs a rest. He looks fatigued and do not want to burn him out. Yeah. I just think it's difficult because we know Willian does not work at the 10 role at all, and Odegaard is not quite ready, so it's difficult. But against Aston Villa, I think he's going to have a rest. He was dead on his feet today. I'm so annoyed. That could have been the start of a really good run. Ozil got a pre-assist today with a good pass. Hope he lights it up on Saturday. Okay. Can we also appreciate how hard it is to find elite level players and for them to actually be a success? Spurs have been trying forever. It took Liverpool years. We finally adding the right talent. Yes, I do agree with that. I do agree. Maxwell says the transfer window was a 7. Yeah. I think an 8, but yeah. We are a good team now. We create enough chances, even great situations that we only ruin with bad final action decisions. We shouldn't be worried about our performances now rather than the refs. Yeah, we have become a much better team. Like I was saying, I was like, are we good? Like I'm thinking that, because in the beginning it was like, we're crap, but now are we good? Yeah, I think we could be a good team. We need to get through this period. We need to start really putting some of these teams away and nicking these points, because if we have any ambition to get into Europa League, we need to put together a really good run. And today did not do anything for that run at all. Why is Xhaka better recently? Was slow, sitting deep, backwards, sideways passer. Lately more positive, forward thinking, excellent forward and diagonal balls, assertive, and we're playing better. Yup. Smash the likes. You guys, smash the likes. I don't know how many likes are there because I don't have the YouTube open. I'm gonna look later, but when I look later, there better be some likes on there, you guys. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? I'm gonna do this for another 10 minutes. I love you guys. You're so much fun. This actually made me feel better. Thank you, Albert. Thank you for being here. You guys, everybody say hi to Albert. Go follow his channel. Go subscribe to his channel. Awesome guy. Big up Top Boy. Yes. You guys, I love Top Boy. I'm obsessed. I'm telling you. You get a couple glasses of wine in me and I have a full on London accent. And I say all this let me stop. Jess, have you seen the original UK edition of Shameless? I tried to watch a couple of episodes of that. Now I'm really realizing that a lot of my favorite shows were actually made in the UK first, which is crazy. So I did watch a couple of those episodes and a couple of the episodes of The Office, the original Office or the UK Office. Super funny. All of it is good. Let's see. Do you think Xhaka will be a starter next season? Bellerin, Xhaka, Laka first to go. Transfer window 4. No real first 11 improvement, business as normal. Why are you so harsh? Okay. I can say that we didn't have any first 11, but it's January. January windows are usually more strategic, and we were able to get a lot of people off of the wage bill, lighten that up so that in the summer we can do something. So, and some of this is not, Arteta does like some of these players. So I think we need to get used to some of them being here. I can see Martinelli playing center forward in the future. For a guy who isn't that tall, he's good in the air and is always relentless with his running and movement. Do you guys agree that Martinelli, does he remind you of a mix between Alexis Sanchez and Suarez? That's what I really think. He's literally a Suarez, Alexis baby. That's what he is. He's so tenacious, and I do see him as a center forward in the future. So Enrico, I agree with you on that. I think he's too low touch to be on the left, and I think he would be really good as a center forward. You're having fun. Lone Star Londoner, you're literally one of my favorite people in the chat box. You always have the best comments. So yes, we can do about 15 more minutes. That will put us at an hour. So you guys keep the comments coming, smash the likes, so we can get through this. Ask me questions if you want about football and maybe Top Boy. Nothing personal. Let's keep it, on topic. Do a show using London Slang. If I do that, you guys will all unsubscribe and it'll be I'll get clipped. I'll be just like what's her name? Mel. I'll be just like her, getting clipped of people making fun of me, and just no. Maybe I'll do like a little video or something, but not a full stream. We played some great football in the first half. Time to prioritize Europe. We have a good blueprint for next season. Yeah, I don't think this is the season. I think next season is it. And if we can keep, all of our, our best players together and just improve, I think next season is when we push for top 4. We're not quite there yet. It'd be nice to have Europe next season. I think that's important. I think we do have to reach that goal. But top 4, I think we can push for next season with a couple of additions. And yeah, what we saw in that first half was really good. After this, I might sorry, you guys, I'm tired. Rewatch the first half. Just Top Boy is so good because of the Jamaican influence. Yeah, I think so. And I like that, I watched the old ones, but I like that the new ones have like them in Jamaica and stuff. Like, I really like that kind of stuff. Me and Albert are acquainted. Big up, Albert. Yeah, London slang seems hip. It still is a different world with the rappers, the roadmen and whatnot. BBC got it right with TV shows not running on and on. You know what? Like, isn't Drake affiliated with Top Boy now? Like, I think he helped produce some of that. I think that really helped push them, like, with the production to like get it up. But I do like the old ones too, like those 2 old seasons. I like that too. Like, I like the new ones and the old ones. This is helping me get over the madness of what happened. Yes, everybody, this is my mom. Say hi, Mom. You gave the summer window a 5 with Party. You're harsh. You are harsh. Like, you are like, just a 5? Why? 24 watching on YouTube, 23 likes. Thanks, guys. I love it. I love it. Thanks, you guys, for being here with me. I've really enjoyed this. A well-deserved like this interaction. Thank you, Glenn. Why aren't you livid? Because to me, this game is up there with the Atleti semifinals. So frustrating. I was. That's why I did this stream. You have no idea. I was like, first of all, I have a headache. I have my glass of wine right here, and I'm gonna guzzle it as soon as we're done. Like, I am furious, but this is helping me calm down. Like, being able to talk to you guys and know that I'm not alone. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get onto YouTube and Arsenal Twitter, is to find people that I could talk to about this kind of stuff, because in America, it's not that popular to talk about Arsenal or football in general. So I am upset, but you guys are making me feel better, so yeah, there I am with that. Just hope he don't buy players. Other than that, I agree. He is a merge of Suarez and Sanchez. He is. Like, he's a little Suarez Alexis baby. I don't want our confidence to drop. We have just started playing well. Exactly. That's what I'm afraid of, you guys. I'm afraid that we won't be able to bounce back from this, because it was traumatic. It was traumatic for us. So think about what it was like on the field. Runnerson, tell me something good. Is Tierney a problem? He's pissing me off with his hard man shenanigans. Now he can't stay fit. I think whatever is going on with him is a little bit worse than probably they want to let on. So let's just hope that, he, gets better and he can get back on the field for us. But I think Cedric is doing fine at left back for now. Deshane or Sully? I like Sully because that is my other nickname. I like Deshane. He's so damaged and he's very selfish, but I like his character. Agreed on Martinelli. He's also bulked up, so I think he has the tools to be a Suarez, Sanchez hybrid. Exactly. He's the perfect mix of them. Big up, do not waste the tweet. Yes. Hit the post twice, a disallowed goal, scored a beauty, conceded a pen, converted. Player sent off. They scored a screamer, and Leno lost the plot for the second red. Know what? First 44 minutes were great. They were. Great job. We will come back stronger Saturday. I hope so. I'm your counselor. She was manic. Thanks. Thanks, Mom. Okay. I'm always on Twitter. Seek me out for interaction. Yes. Yes. We will talk on Twitter, Glenn, for sure. Tierney was used and abused in Scotland. Yeah, he was. He's been playing, internationally, and he played a lot for Celtic. And you can kind of see with Bellerin too, like when you play from a young age and you start and you play all the games for, your club and even your country. It wears and tears on you. So I think from now on, we really need to find a suitable left back cover for Tierney and just manage him better. He was always due this little hiccup. It's unfortunate at the time that it came, but I'm happy that Cedric is able to fill in. And let's not go after Arteta like piranhas on the roast. No, the only thing I can say about Arteta is that I think he got the substitutions wrong, but he's learning on the job, and that's just what's going to happen. And ultimately, I don't think he was to blame for what happened today. Can't see us splashing cash in the summer because we need to pay back that loan we took out a few months ago. I don't see us splashing the cash, but I do see maybe some more, maybe some player sales, maybe a little bit, and maybe they'll use some of the, because somebody was explaining this to me. Maybe I shouldn't explain it because I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't explain it, but basically, like, when wages and like players' fees and all that kind of stuff is in the same pot. So they may use some of what they're recouping from not having some of these people on the wage bill and take that to buy a player. But I think what would be an ideal scenario for the summer is if Odegaard works out and we can keep him on loan a little bit longer. You guys, if we like Odegaard, we have to hope that Real Madrid does better and Zidane doesn't get fired, or else he may go back. But nevertheless, I hope Odegaard does well and we can keep him and we can bring in Basuma, and maybe somebody up top if we can sell Lacazette or Eddie. If we sell Lacazette and Eddie, we can bring in somebody like Odson Edward. So, and then we're sorted up top. We have a new midfielder. And then I personally, I think that if we get a left back cover, I'm not so worried about the back. I know some other people are, but I think the back is fine for now. We need to get Tierney on hard food, jollof rice, and that. Yeah, he needs something. He's a little brittle. He's a little brittle right now. I am extremely concerned about us not having Leno for the next couple of games. This is why we need a solid number 2 keeper. Well, I think that's why we got Matt Ryan, but he got injured during training. So yeah. People who want to talk, my DMs are always open for any topic. Yes, this is my friend, Gunnar Souls. He hit me up in DMs, and we've been talking back and forth. He started his own channel, and he's a really awesome guy to talk to. He's really good in the football debates on Arsenal Twitter. So, go ahead and follow him on Twitter and also subscribe to his channel. Officials were a total disgrace today. They altered the result in tonight's game. Not a red card at all. We should have been up 3-0 by halftime. Until then, our players were great. Robbery. Let's see. I think the subs were wrong, but the circumstances also made them impossible to work. Lacazette gets taken off, then we concede. We bring Abba to make up the deficit, and then Leno gets sent off. That's true. Oh, I've been hearing this lately, and I'm not sure if it's because now we have a Norwegian player on the team, but guys, I don't see Haaland coming to Arsenal at this point. We don't have Champions League. He's playing at Dortmund now. They have Champions League, and I know that we're a bigger club, but I don't really see that happening. Got in late, got to go early. Love your shows. Have a good night. Bye. Thank you. You guys, I don't know what that means. Needs his IRN brew? I don't know what that is. Sorry. It is so nice to have an American stream. Love my UK social friends, but sometimes it's easier with the references. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I get lost, but I picked up on, some of the stuff, so I feel like, the UK streams I got a hold of them, but yeah, sometimes it is easier to listen to Americans because sometimes we do get lost. Sorry, y'all, we do. Would you rather eat poop tasting like chocolate or chocolate tasting like poop? Mm. That's such a hard question. If I have to answer it, I'm eating poop that tastes like chocolate. That's an awful question. Yes. This is Soul's information, so you can find him on Twitter, you guys. Jess, what's the point of paying 40 million for Edouard when we can have Balogun for free? Because Balogun, I don't know if Balogun, did he sign the contract? Did he not? What happened? What happened there? I missed it, but nobody's really talking about it. What happened with Balogun? Um, and the reason why I say Edouard is because I mean, he's killing it in Scotland, and I know that it's a lower league, but I like his athleticism. I like his size and physicality. I like his swagger. I think he has the right personality to be an Arsenal number 9, and I think he would fit right in with the project, and that's why I would bring him in. It's a soda like a monster. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't think that was the right sub. On that note, is anybody concerned with the level of injuries we pick up in training? I noticed that we do pick up a lot of injuries like in training, like weirdly, and in warm-ups. That's weird. But our old physio, did you guys notice that our old physio, when you know how we had all those injuries, now our old physio is at Liverpool and now they're broken down? Do you think that there's a correlation between that? I think it might be. A Scottish drink. Is it good? An iron brew? Is it good? Doesn't sound good. The officials did their job, know the laws of the game. It's the laws that are stupid. And of course, this circus clown, David Luiz, Lone Star. Love you, man. You got my sub. That was the craziest question. I mean, I liked it because it made me think, but that was almost like a cruel question. But yeah, poop that tastes like chocolate for sure. Everyone has to realize Arteta is going to make the team world class. Is not going to make the team world class in one season. It will take time and backing from the club. It was a mess behind the scenes. Remember, I completely agree with this. I think we're in a complete rebuild. It's going to take us a while to get back, and getting some of the players that we got off the books this January is really going to help with that. I'm patient enough. I don't think that we should win every single game. But what I do think is that because of the situation that we're in financially with not having fans in the stadium, and just overall, we've been told over and over again how little money we have, and we're on a self-sustaining model. I do think it's important to get European football. That's like automatic money. So when I say like I'm upset about dropping points, is because I want us to get up the table to get in those European spots, so we get that money in. That's mostly what it is. But I'm very aware that we're in a rebuild, and I'm patient. Arteta cannot do everything in one season, and I think what we've seen so far, we can see glimpses of something really good happening. So yeah, I agree. Substitutions don't make a difference when down 10 to 9 men these days. Lone Star, I don't agree with that. I think if we keep our players on that can hold the ball up, I think it's a different game. I think that we lost our focal point, and from that point, we couldn't keep the ball up. And Wolves, as even though they had an extra man, they were still crap. Because Edouard can play in a rotational front four and has a high strike rate, but Balogun has about half the strike rate of Eddie at under 23 level. Good point. Jess, do we need to bring in a new medical team, especially strength and conditioning coach? I say because of Luiz and Party incident. Party never had injuries before. Maybe. I could have sworn we brought in a new physio, but yeah, strength and conditioning may be something that we need to look into, but I'm not sure. I never really thought about it. A lot of calf strain. Yeah. Yeah, Edouard is a baller. He is. He's really good. He's a very good player, and I like his stature. You know, we don't have strikers that are particularly tall, and the one that we have that's 6'2" doesn't like the ball to hit his head. So I have a feeling Edouard will go to Leicester. Yes, Enrico. I think this too. And I was saying this to somebody that Leicester is really, really smart. They will wrap Vardy up this season because all they're trying to do is make sure that they get top four, which I feel like they will. Once they do that, they'll bring in the striker to replace him. And the one that they're looking at is Edouard. So if we really want him, we have to, one, create space for him, and two, find the money. So, but competing with Leicester for a player, I never thought I'd say this, but it might be difficult. Iron Brew. I will send some. Okay. Hopefully it's good. It doesn't sound good, but I would like to try some. Okay, you guys, we've made it to an hour. So I do want to stop the stream because we could go on for hours. We literally can go on for hours, but I do want to say, like, for all, even if you're not American, you know, I want to invite you to the show, but the Same Old Arsenal USA is on tonight, and they're going to be going over the Wolves game with their regular panel, Tanner, Rowan, Stan, and Ryan. So I think they come on at 6:45 my time, Pacific Standard Time, and 9:45 Eastern. So it's late, but if you're American and you want to stay up, or you're just up and you want to watch it, it's a really good show, and I really do recommend it. So they'll be on a little bit later, so look out for the tweets on that. I'll definitely repost it on my Twitter. Remember, you guys, you can always follow me on Twitter at It's Chesinio. And tomorrow, I'm going to be having Sophie from Highbury Squad, as well as Dan Potts from Same Old Arsenal, the regular version. So Dan Potts, he'll be on the show as well. And we're going to be breaking down the Wolves match a little bit further. And if you guys have any questions, you're free to send them to my DMs, and I'll see you guys there. It's a live show. So you guys know, when you follow me on Twitter, I'll give you guys all the information. But thank you guys so much for being a part of the stream. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.